What is up, everybody? It is Jay here, and today I wanted to talk about something. So, about an hour ago, I posted in the FTM Ireland group. It is a group for trans men, trans masculine, non-binary people, basically any trans person who is assigned female at birth. And I asked, have you ever felt jealous of another person's transition? 17 people said yes, and 4 people said no. Doing the math, that means that 80% of people who replied to this poll had been jealous of somebody else's transition at some point in their life. And I feel like that is something that as a community we need to talk about more, and as individuals we need to talk about more. I definitely have felt jealous of other people's transitions at different points in my life. When I was 14 going on 15, I was the youngest person in a trans support group for a really long time. I was in this trans support group that had like a parent support group with it, and me and all of these other trans young people, I was the youngest for quite a long time. And by only about 6 months to a year, I was the youngest person in this group. But because of the way the Irish transition system worked, that meant that I was always one step behind everybody else. Because I was like, some of these people I was up to like maybe a year and a half younger than. So I was 15 when I started going. I had just turned, or was about to turn 15 when I started going. And everybody else there was 16 or nearly 17. And as a result, they were all getting on hormones, they were all getting on tea, they were all getting all of their hormone stuff, all of estrogen and shit, and I wasn't. And everybody else was getting fucking changes and getting all that shit, and I wasn't. Then it eventually rolled around to me getting on tea, and I got on tea, and that was great. And just as I was getting on tea, and I was starting to like getting on tea to about 6 months on tea to a year on tea, all of the same people were now getting top surgery, or were planning their top surgery, or were getting hysterectomies and shit, and it really bothered me. And it still does bother me, because I'm going to be 18 in 6 months, but I am not going to be able to have top surgery until next summer, because of my life and my time constraints, I just won't be able to fit surgery and recovery in until next summer. And that really bums me because I wish that the minute I turned 18 I'd be able to get top surgery. I just can't do that. I have school. I can't be missing school. I have other commitments, and I couldn't do it this summer because I won't be an adult yet. So I cannot get top surgery any sooner than I'm getting it, even though I would be legally able to get top surgery sooner. All of the waiting that I've had to do when it comes to my transition has been about not being old enough to do something until now. Pretty much as soon as I became 16, I got a gender recognition certificate, I got hormones, I had my name changed before I turned 16, and it really bothers me that I'm not going to be able to just get top surgery immediately in the same way I have for other stuff when I transition. The other way in which this has bothered me is that I follow a lot of trans people on YouTube, obviously, and some people who I followed for a really long time that I really like the videos of. Their videos have become really hard for me to watch because of how they have kind of raced ahead in their transition compared to me, particularly Alex Birdie. I got on T maybe 6 months before Alex Birdie did, and I really liked Alex Birdie's channel because, as somebody who was pre-T, when so many people on YouTube were on testosterone, so many people on YouTube had already had top surgery and stuff, Alex Birdie's videos were really helpful to me as somebody who was still pre-T. And then, you know, suddenly Alex wasn't. And then suddenly, not only was Alex on T, but Alex had top surgery. And like, I've met Alex Birdie, I met Jake Edwards. They're both lovely people, and I really like the content that they make, and I really enjoy their videos. But it's just, I feel like it's akin to like if you left school and you didn't go to college, but then all of the people around you do go to college, and in 4 years time you see all your friends like graduating and you aren't, because you chose not to go to college, and you would feel bad for whatever reason, not because you are not because you don't want them to be successful, but because you're bothered by the fact that you haven't achieved the same thing. I was on a level with Alex in terms of like my timeline of transitioning for quite a long time, and then suddenly I wasn't. And this is somebody that I've met once in person who will likely never see this video. You know, like, this is somebody to who I am nothing. We're not friends, but it still bothered me. That's part of why people like Chase Ross, his videos I've always enjoyed, because he's always been done, for lack of a better way of putting it. I know that Chase wants to have like bottom surgery and shit like that, but Chase has done all of the stuff that I want to do already. There was no adjusting that I had to do, and his videos have always been very informative and shit like that. But I think it's important for us as a community to talk about this, because it's definitely there. Like, 80% of the people who responded to me had been jealous of somebody else's transition at one point or another. And I think as a community we need to address that, because I think there is a bitterness there. We do have a bitterness. Like, I even found myself being bitter the other day toward like a younger trans person who is getting a chance to have top surgery before he turns 18, and that's so unhealthy from my end. That it's unhealthy that I'm experiencing this bitterness toward a younger trans person who I should be trying to like not I don't know how you would phrase it. I should be trying to be a welcoming part of the slightly older trans community, and instead I'm being bitter that they're getting top surgery when they're under 18. And that would never have happened to me. My parents would never have consented to that, not because they're bad parents, and I don't view that as a bad thing, but maybe it is, you know? Like, this whole dynamic has really calls a lot of stuff into question, especially like it worries me, because I think my parents have done the best that they could do and they've done the right thing. But that specific scenario where like other people are getting top surgery before they turn 18, it calls into question that for me. It's like, is that the way we need to be moving? Is it wrong for me to question whether that's good or not? Is it wrong for me to question whether that's right or not? Is it bad of me to look at somebody who is a minor getting top surgery and go, geez, that's a bit out there? You know, is that bad? Should I be bothered by that? Should I stop? Should I put my head out of my asshole? Like, the whole jealousy thing is obviously something that is happening in the trans community and happening among like the trans masculine community, and I think we need to talk about it rather than bottling it, because I think I felt worse when I hadn't said this to anyone. But I've said it to people that I talk to, the people that I'm close to. I've said it to them, and they understand. They can get where I'm coming from. Even like this person that I talk to about it, they aren't trans themselves, but they understand where I'm coming from. They get what I mean when I say, yeah, this upsets me, this bothers me, and I know it shouldn't, because I'm really lucky and I've had like a very smooth transition, but it still bothers me, it still upsets me, it still gets to me. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do click the like button down below. The comment section is absolutely open for discussion, and I really do encourage it on this topic. We've all, well, the vast majority of us have been jealous at some point or another of somebody else's transition, and I think we should talk more about that, because it's obviously something we're experiencing, and that's normal and that's healthy, and we need to talk about it rather than bottling it up and being bitter to each other. Please do subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.